Hey, g'day mate, how you doing? Right. Ah. Oh, I'm doing alright. I'm on the last day of my 50-second lap around a star. So, yeah, that's an achievement. And I did it while living in Australia, which is like, surely I've got to get extra fucking XP for that, right? Like, shouldn't I be getting a gold plaque or something for surviving half a century in Australia? Like, that's a bit of a fucking achievement. I'm just saying, you know, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but your average city slicker from America probably would last less than 10 years. No, I'm just fucking with this. Haha. No, it's really weird. There's actually there's two retailers in Australia. There's one called JB Hi-Fi, and every birthday they send you a $10 gift card. No strings attached. So I went and bought Korn's old album Life is Peachy because I lost my old copy of that. Whole bunch of my CDs got nicked years ago. Most of my Gore CDs and a whole bunch of other cool shit just went. And after that, that's when I set up my new golden rule of no one comes into my fucking house anymore. I don't have guests over because I can't fucking trust fucking one of my friends or former friends is a fucking thieving piece of shit that stole my CDs. So when we have social occasions, people say, "Oh, come in, have a look at your place." I go, "No." And I explain why. I said, I've had shit stolen before and I don't trust anyone, including you. Sorry. And ever since I've instigated that, guess what? Haven't had any of my shit stolen. Oh, dude, we've moved to a pretty fucking rough part of fucking... It's not the... not that it's super dangerous, it's just... Well, where I used to live, you didn't see homeless people. And at last night at about 1:30 in the fucking morning, while I'm playing games, I'll go outside and have a look and hear this really weird noise. And it's a conga line of fucking dudes with fucking trolleys with their stuff in it, and they're looking around in the fucking graveyard for some reason, and I'm like, huh. So I made my presence known and lit up a spotlight, and they fucking sort of bailed after that, but fucked if I know what they were up to. And we were getting people sleeping on the street, my street here, in their cars because there's a community centre, and I think the police had to come and have a quiet word to them. Go, listen, we know that you're here to help people, but it's not it's not an overnight drop-in centre. Because we've had people come and help themselves to shit from the fridge that we have. We've got like a second fridge outside for extra stuff. It's on a veranda. We've had some cheeky muppets come up and steal some beer out of that, and the only place they can see it from is the fucking community centre. So, yeah. Got a new thing there. It's like, if I see anyone on our property after dark, they fucking...
Landing permitted. Cleared for landing on docking bay.
They will be treated as a...
You are clear for automated approach.
Like I'm in the Navy and they're trying to board my ship. But we also do have a problem here with some young folks get a bit yee-hurry and sort of do home invasions. And they're usually looking for cars to grab. And a few weeks ago we had a car pull up in the street, one dude jump out and then run up our driveway to have a look at our cars, run up to the neighbour's place and have a look at his cars. Neighbour came out in the middle of it all and they were rumbled. But that's usually them scoping the joint out for a car to steal. And the way they do that is by forcing their way into your house, holding a knife to your throat and saying, "Get your fucking car keys and your wallet." And unlike America, we don't have the right to defend ourselves. In fact, I think I've told some folks this before. There's a law in place in the state that I live. So let's just say someone breaks into your house and they grab your TV and they walk out the back door and they walk down your back path and slip over on a slimy concrete path. They can sue you for negligence. Not fucking kidding. Yeah, I don't have a gun, but I've got other toys. And they're legal. So they may become illegal. They're starting to ban. I've got a bolo machete. It's an Indonesian style one, and it's a little bit different than your normal machete. And what the difference is the thickness of the spine in this thing. I'll just go. That's the spine of it, tapping on a table. And because my dad was a butcher, he taught me how to sharpen things. This thing's got a fucking edge on it, mate. Ooh. Now, I use it to chop down pesky things in the garden. It's really good for that. That's its primary use. But it's, yeah. It's, how thick is this fucking spine on this thing? Give me a look. It is... Good Lord. Yeah, that's pretty fucking wide. 5mm fucking wide. So it's a nice big chunk. In the good old days, if I was, living with my dad, we would have had a fine selection of Ruger rifles, a Winchester double barrel. Shit, we even had an M1A for a while there. Yeah, and it's a Gerber as well. So it's not an American-made Gerber, but this thing ain't a piece of shit. It's basically for chopping through fucking... It's not, the machetes you see in most of they got pissy thin fucking flexible... This, you're not flexing this blade. It's a fucking chunk of steel. Again, mainly use it in the garden. But I'm guessing if someone was coming at me and I pulled it out, they'd soon pull up and go, oh fucking shit. Things are slowly changing in Australia though. The amount of violence being perpetrated by a small portion of the population is getting sort of... It's a statistical anomaly. And I think we're going to see some push back towards people being allowed to own firearms for self-defense. I've got this sort of weird sort of mid-ground. It's like, I don't want to see too many people getting shot, but I also don't like seeing innocent people get their houses invaded and in some circumstances fucking killed. So I would advocate, for instance, that maybe we should be allowed to own a shotgun with a mix of non-lethal and lethal rounds loaded in it. First one's like, you get one warning, and then the next one's bye-bye. Yeah, you can have rifles, but you pull one out and point it at a person, even in home defense. Ooh. Like, you can have people breaking into your fucking house and you can pull out a gun and fucking say, don't come in or I'll shoot you, and they keep coming in and you shoot them. The police will fucking charge you. It's happened. I remember a case probably over a decade ago, home invasion, and the dude warned the guy, said don't. They broke the big window in his lounge room and they started coming through, and he just fucking pulled out I think it was a 243, and he just fucking let it rip. Dude caught one in the chest, he didn't get back up. Rest of the dudes scampered. Unlike America, where there is a certain county, and I am not shitting you now, I don't know if it's still a county policy, but this is a while back when I first started getting on YouTube. There is a county somewhere in America, in I don't know which state, I can't fucking remember, but they had a policy whereas if you shot a trespasser in this county, the fucking county would give you a reward. And do you know what the side effect of this was? They had one of the lowest crime rates in America, bar none. It was like, if not the fucking lowest, because they basically had license to, if you went on to their property unannounced, they could just fucking shoot you and get paid. It's like, oh, well. So you'd make sure that you're telling you, hey, I'm coming over to borrow a cup of fucking sugar. Fucking crazy. Alright. Let's go. Let's haul some goods. Yeah, so we could have bolt action rifles for recreational shooting, target shooting. You got to own a gun safe. That safe's got to have, this is in my state, I don't know about the other states, but the state that I live in, you got to have a gun safe, and in that safe it's got to have a second lockable compartment, so it's got to be like split in two, where the guns are in one part, the ammo's kept in the second lockable compartment in the safe. So there's like safe, guns, second safe, inside safe with bullets. You can get a pistol license, but to get that you've got to be a member of a pistol club or security. Some professions are allowed to own semi-automatic weapons, like professional pig shooters that go out onto properties that got pig plagues, basically, and pigs fuck up crops real quick and can cost a farmer a lot of money. So they pay these guys to come out there with semi-automatic silenced weapons and fucking go to town on the pigs. And there's a YouTube channel actually that shows you the pig shooting in Australia. It's pretty wild. But yeah, there are certain circumstances where you're allowed to own certain weapons, and I think the only people who can own mil-spec stuff are military and armourers.
Restrictions are now lifted. Flight control signing off.
Used to be that gun dealers, or that had a dealer's license, could purchase things like M1As, M14s, and import laws weren't that strict. So if you had, say, certain M1 variant that was semi-auto, you could just buy one of the American rifle magazines, and they're full of mail order catalogue stuff. And one of the things was, oh yeah, you need a full auto conversion kit for your M1 variant. We got you covered. Send us some bucks. Beep. Oh, you want a silencer? Yeah, send us some bucks. Beep. And this is before the internet, so mail order shit and snail mail. Like, allegedly my dad may have had a Ruger 22 with a fucking barrel on it that may have had a cap made by an engineer, so precisely made that you'd have to get a magnifying glass to see it, and if you didn't know it was there, it'd just look like a barrel. But if you knew about it, you could go crack the end of the barrel and go whit whit whit, and it was threaded, and then you go whit whit whit, and allegedly may have put a silencer on the fucking thing and made it, when you're using subsonic ammo, quieter than it was quieter than my fucking goddamn pellet gun. It was hilarious. You'd hear the powder burn and you'd hear the projectile whistle through the air, and then you'd hear the when it hit the tree. Fucking amazing. Nothing like the movies. There's none of that. That's, you hear a fucking primer get hit, you hear powder get, and then a bullet whiz through the air. Like, it's really cool. Allegedly. So yeah, so certain professions can have guns, but your average Joe can't. But here's a frightening thing: ever since the Port Arthur massacre and gun law reform, most of the guns used to be owned by blokes on farms and regional places. Do you know where the vast majority of weapons are now? For instance, there's 2 or 3 blokes, or a handful of people in the Sydney metropolitan area that are sitting on hundreds of guns each. Hundreds. Fucking hundreds of guns. And everyone's sort of going, why have you got hundreds of guns? It's like, you know, because I can. Very strange place, but there's a flip side to this, and the good thing is that in the last 3 decades we've only had literally a handful of mass shootings, and I think we didn't have one for like a few decades, and then some dickhead fucking shot his family up. So there's a middle ground to be had. I'm not trying to say to America you need to, because that's not going to happen. It's part of your genetic makeup, your constitutional right to bear arms. I would just have a look at each state and what laws they've got, and see who's got the least amount of gun deaths, and maybe work towards that model. Maybe, from memory, if memory serves me correctly, Hawaii doesn't do too badly statistically per capita. Like, when you look at the statistics, I know there's way less people in Hawaii, I get that, but statistically it's still, because they've got stricter gun laws. Like, I don't think you can have big massive clips or drum magazines for your Glock or any of that mad shit. Oh, this, you know, the cheapest solution is just make bullets $10,000 each, and every motherfucker would stop shooting each other real quick. Give everyone a free gun, but make bullets $10,000 per discharge. Every time you pull the trigger, you need to pay $10,000 fee. I guarantee you, the fucking shooting deaths will plummet. People would just start bludgeoning each other to death or stab them. They'd just swap. It's like the Star Trek movie where they settled on that planet and there was no weapons allowed, and everyone just started making their own weapons. They homebrewed them. Yeah, that's exactly. That's been a fun, novel approach. It's like, I heard that when I was like 20, 30 years ago. Someone went, just make bullets fucking $10,000 a pop and everyone will stop shooting each other real fucking quick. Then they'll just grab bow and arrow or whatever. Or, you know, people are people. And I've seen America has declared war on the Caribbean. Sending a fucking carrier group down to the Caribbean to shoot Venezuelan fishermen running fucking cocaine. Allegedly. I thought the fentanyl was the problem. Oh well, hey, what do I know? Which kind of sucks for all those dudes. Hopefully they don't. It's like, what? We're 2 months out from Christmas and Orange Man says, fuck you guys, you're spending fucking Christmas on a ship. Shooting at Venezuelan fishermen. Oh, welcome to the fucking 21st century. I suppose that's one way to deal with the problem, is just deploy an entire fucking carrier group to the area. If it's in international waters and it's going towards America, blow it up. Wow. Here we go, we're going in. Oh, let's land on the planet. Just kidding. Just fucking kidding. Yeah, it's I know drugs are bad, blah blah blah. It's like, well, maybe we should just legalize most of it and regulate it, and don't do what they do in Australia. So the government's response to the black market in tobacco is, we're going to piss $157 million up against the wall, creating a task force to fight it. And it's like, the dude in the United Arab Emirates has got more money than that in just his fucking... in one of his wallets. He's not going to give a shit. Yeah, I just... There's international legalities to concern yourself with, and you can't go around like, well, old mate thinks he can just go around whacking people. Like, yeah, like, I'll get Obama and the drone strikes and trying to cut the head off snakes and shit, but these aren't cartel members. These are just poor Venezuelan fishermen being offered a couple of years worth of money for one trip, and they're the suckers being fucking blown up. It's like, it's not a good look internationally. But hey, America, you do you, baby. You do you. having said that, there has been a point in the past where Australian Federal Police gave some intel to the Indonesian authorities about a drug smuggling operation. The Indonesians then grabbed these Australian citizens after the intel, arrested them, charged them, took them to court, found them guilty, and sentenced them to death. And a few of them were actually executed because of this intel that the Australian Federal Police provided. So there is now things in place where the Australian authorities go, hey, we've got some intel for you, but we need a concrete guarantee that the death penalty will not be sought if we give you this information, because we can't have that on our conscience. And the Indonesians go, all right, we won't kill anyone, but we might lock them up forever. Nah, they're fishermen that live in fucking shacks, mate. That, yeah, it's a different world. And when you're just trying to make ends meet, and you get someone saying, "Hey, I'll give you more than a year's pay just to do this one fucking run," but this was before people were being exploded. So I think that's going to come to an end real quick, and the cartel will just find another way to get it across the goddamn border. They're 3 steps ahead of everyone else, because they've got one thing everyone else doesn't, and that's a massive big cash budget to blow on whatever the fuck they like. Shit, they had so much money, they just went, let's just start building these fucking semi-submersible boats. Fill them up. Send them on their way. They don't even put people in some of them now. Some of them are just fully autonomous. Yeah, well, that's right. The risk used to be going to prison for a very fucking long time. Now this is where the line may have been crossed, because it's happening in international waters. If it was happening in American waters, then anyway. Yeah, my advice is don't go fishing in Venezuela anytime fucking soon, because there's a carrier group heading your way. If you things were getting explodey, if you thought things were getting explodey before, wait till you see a carrier group. Jesus wept. Although it does beg the question now. Oh no, actually I won't even think about that. It's one hell of a fucking target. One hell of a fucking trophy to get. And never say never, because the Russians were quite sure that the fucking the pride of the Black Sea Fleet could not be touched, and it's now a fucking artificial reef. And that was a couple of Neptune fucking missiles. I hate to see what they're doing with drone technology down there. Imagine if the cartel started fucking around with drones. Oh fuck. We shall deliver the drugs via drone. And just create a fucking fleet of drones. Russia are boned. China and India are about to fucking ream them hard and sell them their own refined oil back as gasoline at massively inflated prices. Apparently they've just shut down the 5G network because the Russians are trying to stop the Ukrainians from using that to guide drones in. I guess they don't understand what Starlink is. So anyway, or pre-programmed AI with PaveTac-like software that doesn't need to be connected to anything. Once it's launched, it's just set and forget. But yeah, Russians are now being rationed fuel prices are fucking spiraling out of control. Logistics have completely broken down. Putin's going on another recruitment drive. And when I say recruitment drive, they are going out into the country and fucking just grabbing people. And it won't be long until we start seeing the oligarchs in different regions. Well, we're apparently starting to see it. They're starting to tool up and form their own militias. Because the police aren't getting, no one's getting paid. Imminent collapse of their society, mate. And it's been on a downward spiral. There's like a really lovely graph that shows fall of the Soviet Union, Russia, and when they invade Georgia, I think it was, their fucking value of their currency just starts going. Yeah, and old Dickface is trying to. What he does is he pokes and prods NATO, all of those border countries, with drone incursions and cutting cables and all of that shit. And when we respond, he calls that a provocation. And an elevation of hostilities, so he can sell it to the Russian people. Yeah, but what we do know is that the latest and greatest tech that Russia have put out. You know, they've been in this combat now for how many years? Where's the T-14 Amar? That state-of-the-art Russian battle tank. You haven't seen one in the battlefield, have you? And where's their stealth fighter? The only place you've seen that was at a Chinese air show, and when they got up close to it, you're seeing Phillips head screws instead of pop rivets in the fucking panels on this bucket of shit. Then you look down, you can see the blades on the engine. It's like, that's about as stealth as my butt. Russia is boned. And they bone themselves. They were expecting a cakewalk, and they fucking walked into Hell's Kitchen. And the locals were not happy. Who gets Russia? China. China will get a fucking nice chunk. Russia and China are not friends. They're frenemies. And if you look back into the history of Russia and China, you'll find a very, very spectacular diplomatic episode where basically the Chinese went, get fucked. Screw you guys. And the Russians went, oh, shit. See, I think China are fucking playing everybody right now. It's like they... Everyone thinks they're going to go for Taiwan. I don't think that would serve them well. There's something to the west of them now that's a far softer target with far more resources that's literally crumbling down around itself. It's just like all they got to do is go and stop looking east and ooh, what's that round there? What's that in our backyard? That's a lot of territory with a lot of resources and fucking no one really worth a pinch of shit there to stop us from taking it. Let's roll. No, Ukraine needs to get Ukraine back, and that's it. That's all they want. They just want Crimea, and because Crimea is Ukraine. That was the fucking dealio, McNeilio, when they bailed. They handed over the nukes. Everyone promised. Well, the Americans went, no, we never gave guarantees. We gave assurances. Look at how we wrote it on our paper. Yeah, premium tech areas, but strategically, Taiwan's a forward operating base for China. Not that much, not really that much more. South Korea, well, we now know that the North Korean soldiers are probably better trained than the Russian soldiers, but when it comes to modern warfare, they can still be shot and killed. And that's just my take on it. If I was China, I would be throwing everyone a fucking bit of a curveball and going, Taiwan is China. It's like, no, China is West Taiwan. And getting into that argument and picking fights with Australia recently about flying one of their fucking fighter aircraft near one of our surveillance aircraft and dumping flares trying to take out the cockpit glass with some flares. And fucking with the Philippines as well. China are going where there are resources, and I'm not sure, I can't tell you off the top of my head if Taiwan's got any natural resources worth a pinch of shit. I'm not underestimating it, I'm just saying there's a far bigger fucking prize to the west of them now, because some idiot threw themselves upon a meat grinder for the last 2.5-3 years, went through thousands of tanks, BMPs, and hundreds of thousands of meat sacks. Their population's in decline, and they're now pulling out fighting age men from wherever the fuck they can find them. Whereas Taiwan, armed to the teeth with state-of-the-art fucking tech from America, and America's going to be standing right next to them. And us. We'll be in balls deep in that conflict, mate, make no mistake. Taiwan's important because of what it produces, but steps are being taken right now. The American government just bought into Intel. They will be producing CPUs within 5 years over in America. It's going to take 5 to 10 years to set all that shit up. Yeah, it's basically a game of risk, mate. This is just my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. It's just strategically, if I was the Chinese, I'd be looking at the territory of Taiwan and go, and the stuff you could potentially get, like, get some tech stuff maybe, or maybe they'll destroy it all before we can get our hands on it. I don't know. And I'd be looking to behind me, and it's like oil, natural gas, farmlands, fucking, and God knows what sort of rare earths and whatever the fuck else in vast quantities in tracts of land that have been barely scratched, with the former what was thought to be one of the most prestigious fucking fighting forces on the face of the planet, has been proven to be a bunch of drunken fuck-ups on vodka that got held at bay by an inferior, when I say inferior size force, I should say, use a different word and say a smaller force using superior tactics. Again, this is just my take. If I was China, I'd be looking fucking west and going, that apple's way bigger than that one on that island over there. Way bigger. Yeah, so there you go. The US government they own 10% of the. I would have bought 10% of AMD if I was the Americans. It's like, oh, you bought the company that makes chips that burn themselves out. It's like, oopsie, did you choose wrong? I'm guessing you did. Yeah, so who knows what the Chinese will do? Maybe they'll replace Xi Jinping eventually and get someone that's a bit more Western friendly, like a couple of the. It was like a dude or two before him that sort of started playing nice with the West and got manufacturing into China in the first place. Let's go. But yeah, again, just that's my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying if I was in charge and we were looking to get stuff, it's all about resources usually. Oh no, they can get rid of Pooh Bear. Just enough of the whatever faction's got to fucking get enough thing, and Pooh Bear goes bye-bye. He's not untouchable. Like if he pisses off enough people in the wrong crowd, he retires. Same with Putin. Putin's just got to fuck up enough stuff for enough fucking oligarchs before Putin's the one that goes out the goddamn window. That day's coming. Oh, you'd be surprised. Yeah, China's going to be facing a new problem in a few years. Their manufacturing dominance is going to start dwindling rapidly. One, because of COVID, but then the added fucking fuck you from Trump and his whole tariff thing. It's just the way of things. Putin's arranged for a lot of people to fall out of a lot of fucking windows in hotels and hospitals. And yeah. He may be powerful, but his personal wealth, it's a weird thing. Like I said, there's some very big players in Russia, and there's some oligarchs there that have already lost a lot of fucking shit. Like go and look up Russian super yachts, Russian oligarch super yachts seized by different countries, assets from all of these different things that have been frozen that the Ukraine is now asking the EU, can we just spend their fucking money on this war so we can buy missiles and cool shit? And the EU's going, I don't know if that's legal, mate. And the Ukraine's going, can we look into it? And I think they're going, yeah, all right. So, yeah, again, it's interesting shit's happening. But the Ukrainians started this tactic of hitting their refineries a while back, and they've now refined the art of striking refineries. They've created something called the Flamingo cruise missile, which has a range of 3,000 fucking kilometers. It's not a Tomahawk; it can't carry as big a payload, but it's got a fucking range that can get pretty deep into Russia. And it's now fucking with their fuel supplies, where normal folks can't get fuel for their cars. Trucks can't get diesel to deliver stuff. And once you break the back of logistics, that's war won. If you can win at logistics, you win at war. Because that's what war is, it's logistics.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2-5. Automated docking approved.
Can you get Sherman tanks from factories in America onto boats? Yes. Have we got enough boats? No. Fuck, we better make a shitload of fucking boats then. Alright, build the boats. Sweet. Oh, we need to build warships as well? Sweet. Need to build aircraft? Sweet. World War II woke up the industrial manufacturing giant known as America, and they started shitting out Sherman tanks and fucking Mustangs and B-17s and fucking 50 and big guns and bullets. And then their merchant navy got it across to England and Europe into those campaigns in Africa. America could produce way more ammo compared to Germany. The Russians were producing more ammo and tanks and everyone than Germany.
Contact. Clear to disembark.
And eventually the Germans were only producing like a 40% of the ammo that the Americans were producing. And then you had all the stuff the Russians were producing on top of that. It's all about logistics. It's all well and good to have cool stuff, but you need to get it to the right place. Oh, and apparently the next generation of fighters that America wants to build are going to cost twice as much as an F-22. It's like, well, build more F-22s, you silly buggers. All the F-22 is like a stealthy F-15, and it needs to be unleashed in combat. It needs to eat. It's only eaten a weather balloon, I do believe, so far. That's unacceptable. Like, just send a Raptor over. Just train one Ukrainian pilot to fly a Raptor just to see what it can do. Just unleash the motherfucker in a Raptor to see how good they are. They need to do it. We know that the F-15 is basically, well, shit. An F-15 shot down a fucking satellite. There you go. So F-15s are like, they're just big angry things, but they're not stealth. And the F-22 is like a stealth F-15, but it's never been unleashed on the enemy properly. It's like, let the fucking thing eat. Give it some fuck. You're feeding it fucking weather balloons. Come on. Let it eat. Let it go and snack on a fucking SU-34 or something. Nom 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 nom. I think they've shot down a couple of drones too, but that doesn't count. I say unshackle the F-22 and let it eat. F-22s deserve to eat. The UFO videos, the Tic Tac there. One of those videos is a fucking bird. Alright, and you can see there's on part of the target pip, you'll see this thing going blip down the bottom. It goes blip and opens a bit and then closes a bit. Blip. And now have a look at the rate of that's going, and then think of something like an albatross or a big seagull that's using ground effect, like the Acranoplan, flies close to the surface and doesn't have to flap its wings as hard. The angle of the camera, the speed of and it all adds up. Bird, one of them. What the others were, don't know, but there will be a plausible explanation. But this alien fucking talk, it's like, no, space is too big. It's not how that works. No one's coming here and visiting us and buzzing us and doing weird shit. Oh, the F-22 shot down a balloon that was thought to have originated from China. I remember it well. That was just a fucking... The Chinese were just using balloons. For fucked if I know. They had some sort of sensor package on it, I think. And they worked out that that time of year there was a jet stream taking things over to that part of the world. Shit, World War II, the Japanese used to try and send incendiary balloons over to America, and I do believe a few got there. Yeah, look, I don't know what the Tic Tac video was, but it's definitely not an alien. Look, there's a great video on YouTube from 15 fucking years ago with a thrust vectoring unit. Now think of a box, right? And this box housed a bunch of little jet motors, right? So think of a dice. Instead of, there was just one hole in the middle of each face on the dice. And this thing was a little pulse jet thing. And this thing could go and rotate, pivot, move around in fucking 3 dimensions really rapidly and a very unconventional sort of fucking way because of the way it thrust vectored around. This was 15 years ago. I'd love to see what those motherfuckers are playing with now. Because as soon as you remove the meat sack out of the cockpit, which is what we've just done in Australia, by the way, if you might want to have a go and look at a new drone called the Ghost Bat. It flies with F-35s, and you have a squadron of Ghost Bats with an F-35 fucking wing commander. Welcome to the 21st century. Boeing and the Australian Air Force developed it. And you should see this thing. You can rip the whole front end of it off and put different fucking electronic packages on it. So you want jammer, radar, forward operating, whatever. You can just change the fucking... It's like a little payload bay. Then the whole nose cone, you just go and swap out stuff. Fucking rad. Yeah. Yeah, hearing those pilots go, oh, I don't know what it was, just like, yeah, that was basically just them trolling. And any clown that gets up in the White House says, I think this could be aliens, it's like, please go away and put the drugs down and get your brain checked for a parasitic worm. Yeah, the Ghost Bat removes the biggest weakness from a fighter plane. The meat. Remove the meat, what's your next fucking limit? Structural integrity. And flight computer ability. So now that you don't have a sack of meat in the front, your new G load limit is snapping the wings off the plane. Yeah? Right? Build the plane really fucking strong with stubby wings. Like, go and have a look at what the Ghost Bat is. And these things have been designed to be expendable and incredibly easy to maintain in a frontline environment because it uses off-the-shelf components for a whole bunch of shit that you can just easily grab. It's gonna make shit interesting. And the people that should be really worried about it are not the fucking Russians, the Chinese. If they want to kick off over Taiwan and the Philippines and all that part of the world, they're soon going to find that they're piss poor imitations of American fighter aircraft are not going to fucking stand up to muster. Their engines aren't as strong, and I'm guessing that the software that they run will be fucking garbage. Again, just my opinion. You know, that's how the Parker space probe became the fastest man-made object ever in existence. It's called a slingshot. Gravity shot.
Confirmed. Departure authorized.
It's what Halley's fucking comet does every 100 years. It comes in, does a lap, gets real close to the sun, gets pulled in, but it's got enough velocity that it goes around and goes whoop, increases in velocity till it hits that fucking point, does a fucking quick yoop around the sun, and then gets spat back out into the fucking out that way, and it takes what's the fucking orbit of fucking Halley's comet? It's longer than my lifetime. I saw it when I was a kid. Won't be back until probably after I'm dead. Would be fucking cool to see it twice though. Yeah, it's just gravity shot, and that's how the Parker space probe gets faster and faster as every lap it does. It's picking up speed. And it is going fucking fast.
Safe trip, Commander.
Yeah. That's how we got probes out to the outer reaches of this solar system, is using fucking planets as a fucking slingshot. Literally just gravity yeeting shit. How do you think we got fucking all those, you know, Voyager out of the solar system? It's not just, it hasn't got a fucking big juicy rocket engine on it going brrr and just, no, it got fucking yeeted. It got probably yeeted into orbit, and then it spun up enough speed, and then it broke orbit, probably got yeeted at the moon, then it did fucking some laps of the moon, then probably got yeeted to its next whatever the planets were lining up at that time, and it probably got yeeted to a destination, and then bounced back and forth until eventually it got pew out of the solar system. 75, 77 years. So yeah, I'd be pushing shit uphill. I'd be looking at, when was it? Was it 84? When was the last time Halley's Comet was here? In the early 80s. Is it 84? I think it was 84. So I was in grade 7. Jesus fucking Christ. '86, righto. That makes sense. I was off by 2 years. So no, I probably will not be alive. No, that definitely won't. I would be fucking nearly 100. Jesus Christ. God help me if I live that long. I'd be a miserable old prick. Fucking hell. 2061. Okay. Well, there you go. I'd be 89. Holy shit. So there's a slim chance. probably be blind as a bat by then anyway. Oh, I remember seeing it. It was pretty fucking cool watching this thing sort of do its dance across the sky. Yeah, when it came in and it started sort of, its surface layer started reacting to Old Soul, it was a fucking show, man. Never forget it. You just look up in the night sky and there's this big white ribbon of a fucking light. And it would get bigger and bigger. It was a trip. Yeah, it could be, you know, they might crack the whole cyborg thing and I could become... Oh, we have a pirate on our 6. He's trying hard to get there. Let's see if he gets me or I get in first. We're in. I reckon we might have a chance at getting this guy. So let's power down. I want to see if that pirate jumps in after us. Come on, buddy. Don't let me down. Come on, mate. Sit and duck out here. Look at me. I'm totally defenseless. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. I may have some seeker missiles. Yeah, I'm trying. You definitely buzz me. We'll just move out a couple more kilometers and see if we can get a douche canoe to come in. Oh, we might have to fake an injury here. It's like, oh no, my ship is adrift. Oh no. It seems that I've lost all flight controls. Whatever will I do? It would be so bad if a pirate came in here now. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Oh, it seems that my problem is getting worse and I'm now out of control, spinning towards that planet. What a shocker. Come on, pirates, really? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. What have I got to do here? What have I got to do? Come on. Ah, you guys suck. I hate you guys. Boo. Poopy head pirates. Boo. You guys fucking suck, mate. Boo. What's the toll? 420, goddamn. What a... That's just my favourite time of the day. Excellent. Don't mind if I do. It's always 420 somewhere in the universe.
Landing gear deployed.
Bum bum bum. Da 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 da. Ba bum 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 ba bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright. Oh, well, I don't think we're going to reach the top 10 at this point, but we're doing alright. 171,000 units contributed. Alright. Auto launch. Alright. Uh... 9.3. Yeah, made some bank. Still a couple of days to go as well, so I'm hoping I can push through to 200,000 units. That will take a while. Unless I start trying to speed run the shit out of it. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. And not in the star. Down to here. Here. Don't tell me about freaking cooldown cycles. That's not my problem. That sounds like a you problem, ship. Not a me problem. Oh, calm down, Gravity well. Gravity as well. Gravity feeling good. Gravity, how you feeling today? Gravity well. That's good. See, the Gravity just wants to feel included. You need to ask it about its well-being. It's like, how are you feeling today, Gravity? Do you feel loved and included? And it should come up, say, Gravity well. Happy Gravity is a good Gravity. Fuck it, that'll do. Not quite good enough. And over that way a bit. There we go. Hal, find us a cool place to park. Boop, 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 boop.
Delta Echo Alpha. Conflict established. Please approach the station at a safe speed and give way to larger vessels, Commander.
Take us in, Hal.
Access granted. Clear for landing on docking bay 40. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
Get us to park near Burger King, Hal. You go, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Hal. Actually, no. Let's get some KFC, Hal. Priority parking for the KFC drive-through. Let's go. Oh, just been informed that my ship is too big for the drive-through. I'll have to order Uber Space Eats.
Landing gear deployed.
Contact. Dispatching ground crew.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, go across to here very quickly. Down this list very quickly. Cheeky buggers are charging more per unit, but
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
yeah, it's just Crow's Folly. Oh, I'll show you. There's a couple of cargo runs so you can go from hip 90578 down to hip 91332. I've been travelling down. Pendak did have some stuff. Not sure about now. I think this place had Bromellite hotspot and coal sector, coal 285 sector PQ dash L or I, I'm not sure. I think that's an L. B24-9. That's definitely got a station as well, but that's 9,000 light seconds off where you jump in. While I'm here, I'm just going to quickly check here again. So I think I missed out my chance to buy that 15th or the anniversary skin. I think it's been removed. Dun dun dun. How rude. I wanted that. Really wanted one of those. So what do we got here? I do like that quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to grab one and they'd removed them. So the closest I can get is this one. Actually, I think I'm just going to hold on to my arcs and might put it towards the next ship potentially. We'll see. Alright, we're loaded.
Ship detach complete. You are clear to leave.
Beep beep boop bop boop beep.
All clear. Flight control signing off.
Frameshift drive charging.
Engage. Yeah, those colours are pretty cool. I like the metallic colours. Lovely. We have arrived.
Landing gear deployed.
Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Engines disengaged. Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Awesome.
Frameshift drive charging.
Boop. Okay. Nice one, Hal. Love your work, buddy. You're doing great, Hal.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Okay.
Landing gear retracted.
Clear to leave.
Scan detected.
You are clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Engage. And we're off and running. Yay. Possible pirate. Let's see what we get here. I'm actually going to have a break. I've got a bad case of the hungies, so I'm going to go and do something about that and shove food into my face for a while. But I'll be back tonight, and I think I'm going to have a couple of bourbons tonight, and we might have a pre-celebration for my birthday. Fuck it, it's close enough. It's 6 hours. What is it? Yeah, 8 hours in the actually 6 hours in the future, just a little bit east of me. It's going to be my birthday, so it's already my birthday in the near future. So we'll have some bourbons and stuff a bit later. But yeah, what's the time now? Yeah, I'll be back in about three hours, I reckon, and we'll just run cargo, and I will become Waffles the Clown and talk about a whole bunch of boring stuff. It doesn't matter. But anyway, folks, thanks for coming and hanging out, mate. Always appreciate that. And yeah, I'll be back in a few hours. I'll see you then.